we're of course, as a team and program, really feel fortunate and excited to be in this position to compete for another Big 12 championship. We're proud to represent Oklahoma in the South Division and playing another great tradition and program in Nebraska. You know, with such a history in this game of competing for championships, these two programs, and I'm awful proud of Bo and his group of coaches, so many that I know that have had such an outstanding, you know, short career there, and to be back in this game again. We recognize it as a big challenge, of course, but an exciting one, and one we're really looking forward to being out here tomorrow night in this stadium and competing for another Big 12 championship. So the team has had a great week of work, and we're really, you know, they'll be bussing down here shortly, get in the evening, and kind of our normal routine from here.
Okay, we'll take questions for Coach. Again, if you would please give your name and your affiliation. We'll start on the front left.
Bob Berry, NBC Oklahoma City coach. Asked Bo about this too. A lot of familiarity there between you and he. It's almost like playing against Mike or somebody. Just your thoughts on facing a good friend or a family member. We've heard you say that.
Yeah, it really is, and for it, it's really kind of ironic to be in the OU Nebraska. You know, one of the last times that, you know, we're playing here for a championship, and for, as I said to him, and as my brother Ron and another great friend Jerry are here that also are close with Bo, that I said it's not bad for a couple of poor kids from the South Side. Here we are playing for the Big 12 championship with Oklahoma and Nebraska. So it's to quote one of our late buddies. So anyway, it's really pretty neat. And the good part of it when you're in a game like this is that one of you has to win. So somebody's going to have a chance for going to have a championship. So that part of it when you're playing in the championship game is good.
Question on the aisle.
Mike Jones, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Bob, could you just basically describe what you saw out of DeMarco in Thursday's practice?
He looked good. He went through the entire practice and was feeling good afterwards. So that's all a positive sign. So we anticipate him being prepared and ready to go.
Question on the front middle.
Yeah, Bob, John Hoover, Tulsa World. Bo was asked about this being the last Big 12 game and just kind of ruminations on it, and he made the comment that he didn't think that this was going to be the last Big 12 game, that there was going to be future Big 12 championship games. What are your thoughts on that, about the future of the championship game?
Yeah, we'll see. You know, hopefully that's the case. You know, it's hard to speculate on, you know, where things will move to and go, but if there are more, that'll be great. If there aren't, that'll be great too. It'll pretty much be great one way or the other. You know, it's funny because I've been asked that a lot. This game, and again, I'm saying this in a humble way, we've been fortunate to have been in this position several times looking at the national championship picture and being in that game. And so this game then is one that you're thinking, what in the world are we playing this for, when you look at some of these other conferences and they're not, and they're in the national championship right up there ready to play for it too, and they're home sitting down eating turkey watching you. So but other years when you're not in that picture, for instance this year, it's incredibly exciting and it's a game that you're glad you have. So so it's been a little bit of a two-edged sword, that double-edged sword that way for us.
Got a question on the aisle left.
Dave Greek, Kearney, Nebraska, NTV. You talked about last year you guys were at home. They were here. Nebraska was here in this championship. You guys weren't playing for the championship. How much does experience come into factor in this game?
You know, I don't know. Last year was last year. We played a lot of games since then. It's not like we haven't been in any. We were in the 3 prior championships, so, and won all 3 of them. So most of our guys have some experience in that situation as well. So. But I don't think it matters either way. Are the ones that we've had and the ones that they've had. This is new teams, different year. So go play it again.
Question on the inside left.
Kevin Suits, KOL TV in Lincoln, Nebraska. Coach, with the uncertainty of Nebraska's quarterback situation heading into this game, how do you prepare for that with 3 capable guys?
Well, you take a little extra time and work on some of the stuff that you've seen from Cody Green and Zach Lee. And we did that. You know, a lot of it, some of it doesn't, it doesn't really matter. It's the same offense and a lot of the same plays. Other parts of it's particular, some of the passing game you work a little bit more and prepare for. So, that's what we've done, and hopefully we're ready for it.
We had a quiet crowd this afternoon.
It's late in the day there.
Any more questions for Coach? We got one in the front left.
Is there anything to, the tradition, like Bo talked about the tradition of not only OU Nebraska, but also he was asked, are you going to miss anything from the Big 12? Are you going to miss playing Nebraska from this point on after this season?
Sure. It's, I can't see, yes and no. Again, yeah, sure, you miss the tradition, the rivalry of it all, but also, the other part of that is they're always a good football team, and it's so that part of it may lighten your schedule a little bit, but, we'll make up for it by going to Florida State next year and a few other, ones in the future. And it's exciting. I know Coach Osborne and Joe Castiglione are talking about some future meetings, which hopefully will be worked out.
Got a question on the front aisle.
Steve Lehman, Fox and Tulsa. Coach, a lot of talk about the past meetings of OU and Nebraska. Also a lot of talk about this being the last Big 12 championship game. Internally, do you talk about that at all, or the significance of any of that, or is this all about the here and now?
It's all about the here and now, but I want my players aware of some of the past games, and we've shown them some, in two-a-days. We showed them some earlier in the week of the 76 OU Nebraska game, and today we showed them a little bit about the 2006 game, in Kansas City. So they're aware of it, and we talked about it in our Monday Scott report, how many times through the years this game had decided a Big 8 championship, and you want them to appreciate it. But in the end, there's no added pressure. In the end, it's just about this game. Let's be prepared to play well.
On the outside right.
Kirk Bowles from the Austin American. Bob, your team obviously seems to be in a little bit of a role now. What one or two areas would you feel like you made the biggest strides in with your team this year?
We are, in the last several weeks playing really consistently and confidently. I think a couple of the areas, first would be mental mistakes, primarily defensively, being aligned and in proper position. So much of the time, some of the plays we had given up, not to take anything away, people take advantage of it when you're not where disciplined to be doing what we're supposed to be doing, and we've been very much better and very consistent about that in the last few weeks. Offensively, I think two areas we've been, for the most part balanced. We've been effective running the football and persistent running the football, which has opened up a lot of big plays and passing for Landry Jones and his continued emergence as a special quarterback.
Got a question in the middle left.
Travis Morgan, KMTV Omaha. Bob, when you look at this Nebraska team, are you surprised with how quickly they've been able to kind of come back after the Callahan era under Bo? And then would you consider this program to be back where they once were?
Sure. I don't know. We played them in the 2006 Big 12 championship game. So, I don't know how far down they were, but but Bo and his staff have done an awesome job of consistency and great defense and quality football. They're each and every, these last couple of years, they have been rock solid in every area, and and heck, they're within a half a second a year ago from winning the Big 12 championship. So they've definitely got Nebraska back in the, in the elite programs of the country.